Okay, so we're here today to talk about the word cycle. So cycle is a noun. This is the first word in week 6. Cycle is a noun. It can be a series of events that is repeated many times, always in the same order. So like the seasons. The seasons are in a cycle. Spring comes before spring, summer, fall, winter. Again, spring, summer, fall, winter every year. It's a cycle. Or the water cycle, which is water evaporates, it goes up into clouds, moves somewhere else, and then it falls as rain, and then it goes down from the into the earth, goes into rivers and streams, goes into the ocean, evaporates again, happens again. So it's a cycle. It keeps happening over and over. For millions of years, water has been recycled like that. Recycle comes from the word cycle, right? This means that a cycle is happening again, kind of. That's what recycling is. Using something again, it's like the cycle is going again. Another meaning of cycle is, like for a machine, a complete set or series, for example, of movements in a machine. So that would be like a washing machine. We talk about the cycle of the washing machine. A washing machine takes about an hour to run through a cycle, depending on which washing machine. Means it goes through all the different stages that the washing machine does, right? Like it fills up with water, it washes, and then it rinses, and then it drains, and then it spins, right? Or maybe there's some more spinning in between. I don't know if there's a spin in between the wash and the rinse or not. But okay, so in Spanish, cycle, ciclo. Word family. So cycle can be a verb, but we put it as a word family because I think it's a lot less common. To cycle as a verb means to go through a cycle, to go through a series of movements like this. So we could say like, the machine cycles. It cycles every hour. It goes through its cycle, its repeated movements again, every hour, let's say. This is the word cyclic. What is a part of speech of cyclic? Anybody know? Cíclico, I think in Spanish. Adjective. It describes. So it describes something, saying that it's describing some sort of action, saying that action is cyclic. That means it comes in a cycle. So we could say the seasons on earth are cyclic. They repeat. The seasons repeat every year. They're cyclic. Okay, and then here we have a literary sentence, but for literature. So has anybody heard of Persephone, Hades? I think there's the Disney movie Hercules, I think has this in it. Pretty sure. It's based on it somewhat. So the myth of Persephone going down to Hades in the winter. Hades is under the earth, the underworld, was the ancient Greek explanation for the cycle of the seasons. So the ancient Greeks had the belief that every year, why does it get cold and why is it cold in the winter? Why don't things grow? It's because the goddess Persephone was the goddess of fertility, who was the goddess who made agriculture, made plants grow, and she had to go half the year and live with Hades, the god of the underworld. And there's a complicated story about how that happened. But she was kidnapped, and then because she ate something, if you eat something while you're in the underworld, you have to stay there. That's the rule of the Greek underworld, I guess. But then basically she negotiates. First they say she has to stay, but then she negotiates, and they say, okay, all right, and there's a hero who comes down and gets her, right? And manages to negotiate for her. And so they say, I can't remember which hero, but
She doesn't have to look back.
oh, maybe, okay, man, that's, I thought that it was eating something. I don't know, maybe both. Because I know, looking back, there's a similar story to that actually in the Bible, where there's a character who can't look back.
Are they going to turn into stone?
There's a person who can't look back, right? Lot's wife looks back. But maybe, I'll check now after I do this video, and you guys can check too who are watching. But the point is that this word cycle is the seasons repeat. The Greeks, so myths often explain natural events, natural phenomena. Another Awod word. So the cycle of the seasons is a phenomenon that people are saying, I wonder why it happens, right? They don't know about, at that time they didn't know about the earth going around the sun and the tilting of the earth and all that, the scientific reason for the seasons, so they had to find a reason. So their reason was that they created a story, which is it's a myth. A myth is a story often including gods and heroes that often explains something about the natural world. Not always, but in this case it does. So that myth explains the cycle of the seasons, how the seasons repeat. Because Persephone goes to the underworld during winter, and then in spring she comes back. So she starts making things grow again. That's the story. Are there questions about cycle? All right. Thank you very much.